Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we have the Thanksgiving event for Idle Heroes. This is one of the rare events where we can use Prophet Orbs to get top rewards, so I'll talk you through how as both a spender and a free-to-play player, you can do exactly that. And also there's some weird little mini games, and I'm going to give you a guide on how to do those. We've been grinding out on the leaderboard. A lot of people in my stream, and myself included, have made it very high up on the leaderboard for this new mini game, so I'm going to break it down for you on how you can get the maximum rewards from that as well. So there's a lot of stuff this video for the Thanksgiving events. Before we go and check that out, let me remind you about Patreon though. This is a way you can support my channel financially and get yourself perks and rewards through our Discord in return. If you want a link for our Discord, you can go into the description, and if you want access to things like account reviews, consider reading all the stuff about that. And one way you can get account reviews is by backing me on Patreon. A shout out to this week's patrons. We have Basco and Shushen Liu, so thank you guys for your support. If you want to be like them, click the link up there and join us on Patreon. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, every day for logging in, we're going to get 5 sweet lollipops, which are useful in Fantasy Factory, and a Prophet Orb. These are essential for getting progress this week. Now, don't forget, last week's event, the Undersea Treasures and the Starlight Melody are coming to an end, so make sure you cash in these rewards as well to maximize the stuff you could get from last week. Don't forget that all the treasures you cash in will push along the Starlight Melody for every 10 items consumed, and that can potentially get you some more chests, especially if you bought last week's package. This week's packages, we have quite interesting ones, really. It's giving us gems, Prophet Orbs, and Fantasy Lollipops, which is very normal, but on top of that, we're getting treasure coupons and 16 of these Master Pans for every $100 spent. Now, treasure coupons are just for the treasure event this week, and when this week ends, you can cash them in for normal treasure coupons, but more importantly, these pans can be used to get part of the main rewards in the Thanksgiving stuff, which we'll be checking out a little later on. You can also use Starry Gems as well to pick these up. The Fantasy Factory is here. This is where you go ahead and put in shapes, and that clears away hexagons, and these hexagons are getting you honey stars, which can be used to buy things as rewards. So that's pretty neat. And there's also a fancy package, which we'll take a look at, which will make it even easier to get rewards from this. The Prophet Summit event is here. This is also getting you Master Chef pans. You get 5 pans in total for every 80 Prophet Orbs used. On top of that, you're also getting your usual rewards alongside a Queen and a Gaggy copy, and your core for 60 points, and as well 2 Charm treasure coupons, which is very nice, as they are going to help you in the treasure train as well. So I'll be telling you how many Prophet Orbs you need to use to get the decent rewards for this, especially as a free-to-play player, but do remember you get 5 pans for every 80 Prophet Orbs used, and you can do that 8 times. So that's 640 Prophet Orbs to get 40 pans in total. And finally, we have Heroic Miracle, where you can summon 5 stars, 3 in the light faction, 3 in the dark, and 5 in every other, and that's going to get you 2 pans along with the usual sweet lollipops and armor for this week's event. On top of that, you also get yourself some Prophet Orbs and Heroic Summon Scrolls, so check that out as well to maximize your rewards. This gets you Natalie if you go ahead and do all of that, so definitely worth doing, and that's 12 pans in total that you're picking up, so remember that number too. So the way these pans work is in the Thanksgiving feast, you can go ahead and cook with them to get yourself rewards. And the way the goals work is if you use 24 pans, you can go ahead and get yourself an artifact chest or a glorious flag. So that should be totally easy for free-to-play players. The 12 that you get from Heroic Miracle plus 12 you can get from Prophet Orbs will be enough to do that. And that's 190 Prophet Orbs that you will need to do this. So 190 Prophet Orbs for an artifact is absolutely fantastic for free-to-play players. And I know a lot of people are struggling for artifacts if they're new, so this is very nice. If you're an established player, you probably won't value artifacts as much. That's also completely fine. Would have been nice to see Elusive Mirror in this, but still DH Games are yet to add it to free-to-play rewards. 480 can get you an artifact, a flag, or more importantly, half a core of origin, which is very nice. So one of these chests is going to get you 50 of any core of origin you want. You need 100 to make a full one, but still, this is great for free-to-play players. To get all the way, though, to 48 points, which is what's needed, you're going to have to do 570 Prophet Orbs, along with those 12 pans you're getting from Heroic Miracle. So is that worth it? Well, it depends. Getting half a core of origin is very nice, but it's only nice if you already have 570 Prophet Orbs. A lot of people have been saving up Prophet Orbs recently, so maybe you can go ahead and do this. And don't forget, you can go ahead and buy Prophet Orbs from the Arena store as well, if that was something you were wanting to do. They're 200 Arena tokens each. That said, that is also maybe not a good idea, as you can buy wishing coins from there too for big wishing coin events. Either way, if you go ahead and do that, you are getting yourself an opportunity for half a core of Origin, which is pretty decent. Some free-to-play players may complain though, as a lot of you are after sublimation. Unfortunately, there's no way for free-to-play players to high roll sublimation this week. Everything's fixed, and more pans you get is going to get you more and more rewards, as you can see here. We'll be discussing as well whether these new items, the overflowing cornucopia, and other various things they've added to the treasure train are worth investing in. Little spoiler though, I don't think they're that great. Either way, you can go ahead and get some stuff here, and in this artifact chest here, you can get the elusive mirror. So as you progress down here, there are opportunities to get some decent stuff, and if you go all the way to 168 points, there is the chance to pick up Divine Power Aurora Gems or Scattered Spirit Vein Shards for those of you wanting to seek anything to improve the divine power level of your heroes. Do bear in mind, you are going to have to buy out every single package to get enough chef pans to do this. There's no high rolling involved, so you need every single one of them. That involves getting the ones with starry gems as well. That's extremely expensive, and you're also going to have to go and buy this package down here, which is $100 as well. That gets you 10,000 gems, 70 Prophet Orbs, 35 Sweet Lollipops, 20 treasure coupons, and 20 of these Master Chef pans, as well as giving you the Smash feature in Fantasy Factory, as well as doubling the number of honey stars you get from Fantasy Factory 2. Now, I will say this is a bit annoying as far as packages go, because once again, they've given us a Prophet Orb and Fantasy Factory event where using honey stars does not affect our rewards. I find this a huge oversight. They have given us great events in the past where we can use Prophet Orbs and honey stars together to get good stuff. This is not one of those events, unfortunately, so some would question whether this package is even worth it, but I suppose those 20 treasure coupons can push it over the edge, and you are getting better value of Master Chef pans here than you would anywhere else. But then again, don't forget, $100 is a lot of money, and we do have next week, spoiler alert, Black Friday coming, which is notoriously one of the best spending events possible. So if you guys have managed to save up your scrolls for this one, that's going to be huge. That said, though, this week, if you do have the money and you do want to get some divine power stuff, you can definitely do it. And I know there's tons of whales that are sucked into always grabbing it whenever it's available. It's painful because that's thousands and thousands of dollars every month, but if that's what you want to do, fine. It's your money, your decisions. Go ahead and do that if you wish. In this feast kitchen, though, one thing you will be doing is cooking meals, and these meals can be gone and fed to Emily and Lutz. They will have specific items that they want, and there are 5 different available. So right now there's this weird pineapple thing that Emily's wanting and some pumpkin soup that Lutz would like. What I would recommend is doing all of your pans this week initially here, and then moving into the banquet and feeding them their preferred one, as that's going to get you 10% extra rewards. And the rewards are really nice. You have a chance of getting yourself Celestial Island resources, and you can choose what you get as well, which is really, really good. If you go ahead and max this out with all 192 things done, you will get yourself some more treasure coupons, a full core of Origin shard with these 2 chests here, you get some Divine Power Aurora Gems, and as well you get the tender roast turkey, which is giving you some bonuses, which we'll look at in a second. Going down, you have the Harvest Store, where you can spend 500 gems to get any of these items you see here. They're available. Some people may go ahead and do this. It's 20,000 gems to max this, and every time you buy 10 things here, so every 5,000 gems you spend, the final thing you get, the 10th purchase, will be doubled. So make sure you try and buy them in an order that gets you something nice doubled, such as cores or scrolls, maybe Stellar Shards, maybe Crystals of Transcendence, maybe sublimation stuff. Whatever you want to go ahead and pick up and double. My recommendation, though, would be cores or Stellar Shards are typically the best ones, or even for free-to-play players, Master's Toolboxes might be valuable for you guys as well. The only issue is this is all randomly generated, and once it's set up a screen for you, you are stuck with these rewards. So I could go ahead and buy out these 4, and then 4 other random ones will generate. There's also dead tiles too that contain nothing, and they'll just reset later on, but that does limit your selection of what you can choose when you double stuff. So hopefully that doesn't show up when you get to 10 points for the Harvest Blessing. Also, if you go ahead and do all 40 of these, you do get 200 Glorious Relics, which is kind of nice. Now, moving on, we have this specific game mode here, and we were talking about the perfect strategies for this. You can see Tum the Tum Tum, who's from my stream, even set up a new account to try and get the perfect score. The perfect possible score we believe a human can get is 1,120, and considering you get 3 tries a day, that's how Tum was able to get 3,360. You can see some of my side accounts have done pretty good here. MK's Little Secret I was practicing with, and also another account here, which is called Get in the Bin X, and there's MKxJUMP as well. I got each of these scores. So I'm going to be showing you how this game mode works, the Turkey Foodie, because you want to make sure that you're getting over 800 points every time you do this, because if you do, you're going to get 4 of these chests. And these chests contain Stellar Shards, so they're super duper valuable. And if you go ahead and do this 3 times every day this week, you are going to get yourself 21 times 4 of these chests. So that's, let me just do the quick maths on that, 84 chests that contain 2,500 Stellar Shards. That's very, very nice. That's a lot of Stellar Shards for you guys this week. So let me show you how this works. What will happen is you have a 1-minute timer where you're going to be feeding a selection of dishes at the bottom to Betty, and each dish you feed her will increase her satiety, or how full she is. And if that gets to 100, the game ends. The goal is to feed every single piece of food to her so that she doesn't get full, and you want to do that as quickly as possible to maximize your points. You have different ways of helping you, such as drinking water or exercising, using mouthwash, or even trying harder, which increases the cap here. And you can even help to remove a dish, although that only really makes it easier for you, but you can get higher scores without using this. So the way this is going to work, there's going to be different meals of different costs. Some of them increase the hunger by 40, and the lowest ones increase it by 15. So I'm going to walk you through the method of doing this. So what you want to do is put in 2 that cost 40 straight away, and then feed her water. The thing with water is water also fills her up. That's going to give her 10 more of her satiety. So you don't want to use water if it's anything higher than 90 out of 100. When you're at 90 or less, you want to drink water, and when the water runs out, you want to keep drinking more water, because what water does is it makes that hunger bar go down way faster, and that's excellent for being able to put in more food. So hopefully I can do a run here to show you how this works. So you get your timer here, 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to go put in our 40s twice. I'm then going to drink some water, and then I'm going to put in our 15s here as quickly as I can. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit this, and the mouthwash is going to clear absolutely everything for us. I'm then going to fill us up. I'm going to drink some more water so that timer is still going down. I'm then going to feed this and this. I'm going to drink some more water to keep that timer coming down, and there you go. I clicked too early, which ended up breaking this, and that ended up getting me not as many rewards as I could have gotten. So you don't want to do that. So I did that intentionally to show you what happens if you click too soon. So be careful. You don't want to click too fast. So let's try this with a perfect run now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 40 and 40, and then we're going to drink some water. Then we're going to do our 15s. And we're going to do our 20s here as well. And we've got another 15 there. And then we're going to use the mouthwash to clear this out. We're then going to feed her up. Make sure we keep on drinking water to keep that bar coming down. I've got a 20 here to do. There's some 30s in here as well. We can drink some more water to keep that bar coming down. And there you go. Next thing I want to do is try harder to increase her appetite. And now we're going to wait for this to get to 110. Feed that last piece. And there you go. I did that in 29.64 seconds, which got me 1,090 points. If you get that rhythm down even faster, maybe you do a mouthwash at a different time, just whenever that gets to 100, because mouthwash clears all of that bar. And if you click quicker, because you're not explaining it to people in a YouTube video, you can get some really high scores. The best we've seen anyone do is 1120 in a single pass. Just make sure you're going ahead and getting that. And even if you slow down, you can still go ahead and get 800 points if you just take your time with it. The important thing is to make sure you're doing it properly to get 800 points to maximize the Stellar Shards you can get this week. On top of that, we have ourselves a series collection, which will allow us to get rewards for doing Prophet Orbs. So if you go into the treasure train, you can go ahead and collect stuff. And we have a special search where you can use this week's coupons for the treasure train. Now, once that's all finished, you can actually go ahead and exchange them, so you don't have to keep them this week. But if you do get to 30 and 60, you will get yourselves some orange chests, which is pretty darn good. So you will want to potentially get these orange chests, as they do contain the very coveted picture frame here, which gets you increased crit damage, and then there's the other one here as well, which gets you holy damage. So those two are pretty good. But let's go take a look if the items we're getting this week themselves are any good. So we're going to go across to the festival tokens, and we can see here that this week's ones are buffing us in Tower of Dreams, Tower of Oblivion, Seal Land, and Aspen Dungeon. So that's not that good. This is giving control precision plus 5%. I don't really see that being that great, but maybe there's a use for this, but it's very, very unlikely that control precision is going to come up in those game modes. The overflowing cornucopia is giving you damage reduction by attack, so that's like Augustus Magic Ball's ability. That could be nice here, but again, I don't think that's one of your ones you're going to want to immediately chase. And these game modes, they're not game modes that people are really struggling with based on their survival, in all honesty. You can go ahead and do Tower of Oblivion just fine by upgrading other stuff in the treasure train. I don't think you need to go ahead and have that stuff here. And finally, we have something that buffs are all damage dealt in these game modes, but this is just objectively worse. For example, the Bunny Basket gives you damage dealt just for Transcendence heroes, as does the Finest Hour Recorder. So these two things you'd want to max way before you go ahead and grab this turkey. And honestly, in things like Aspen Dungeon, the issue is speed, not damage dealt, so I don't really know why people would want to go ahead and grab this. If, on the other hand, this gave speed for Aspen Dungeon, this would be epic. But unfortunately, it does not. So to reiterate for this week, the main goal for free-to-play players is to use 190 Prophet Orbs to get yourself an artifact, or 570 Prophet Orbs to get yourself half a core of Origin Shard. So if you've got Prophet Orbs saved, this could be the event for you. Good luck trying to feed Betty all this stuff and getting as many points as you possibly can. Hopefully you guys get some really nice scores, and you can join Tum the Tum Tum at the very top, or maybe you're just going to be like me and only manage to get 7th with 3330. On my side account, MK's Little Secret. Either way, next week we do have Black Friday, so get ready for that. That's going to be huge for rewards, and that's going to be a heroic summons event with an exchange for Natalie and Elena. The big thing about Black Friday is it will be probably the best spender event of the year. So if you're questioning about spending this week, maybe it's best waiting for Black Friday, because Black Friday will have a ton of incredible rewards for spending money and get you better value than any other event of the year. They'll be giving away the Black Friday frame, which gives you a ton of stats in PvP game modes. That will be quite expensive to grab, but that said, all the other stuff you'll be getting this week, especially the Black Friday card, will be giving a ton of rewards, unlike the normal stuff we normally get. It's going to be very, very good value for your money, so potentially save something up if you do plan on spending in Idle Heroes. Hopefully you found today's video useful. Good luck in the Thanksgiving event, and maybe you guys are going to go in with those Prophet Orbs, and if you plan on spending or how far you're going to go in on this, let me know in the comment section down below. See you next time, guys. Good luck feeding Betty, and of course, have a great week, and happy hunting.